You finally did it. After months of grinding, saying no to dinners, skipping the coffee runs, you hit $10,000 in your savings account. You feel this wave of relief. You're safe. You're responsible. You did what every financial expert told you to do. You leave it there, in your savings account, earning 0.01% interest, and you feel good about it. But what if I told you that sitting there, your safe emergency fund is quietly costing you over $100,000 in lost wealth? My name is Bobby, and today we're going to talk about the biggest mistake even financially responsible people make. The emergency fund is not wrong, but where you keep it and how much you keep there might be destroying your financial future. If you have more than $3,000 sitting in a regular savings account earning nothing, hit that subscribe button because we're about to do the math that will either make you rich or keep you poor. Here's what they teach you. Build an emergency fund, 3 to 6 months of expenses. Keep it safe, don't touch it. And on the surface, this makes perfect sense. Emergencies happen, you need liquid cash, I get it. But here's the problem. Most people take this advice and do something catastrophically stupid. They build up $10,000, $20,000, sometimes $50,000 in a savings account, earning 0.01% interest. Meanwhile, inflation is running at 3 to 4% per year. Your money is losing value every single day. You're not being safe, you're guaranteeing that you lose money. Let me show you the math. You have $10,000 in a savings account at 0.01% APY. After 1 year, you have $10,001, but inflation ate 3% of your purchasing power. Your $10,000 is now worth $9,700 in real terms. You didn't make $1, you lost $300, and you did this because you wanted to be safe. Now let's look at the alternative. What if you kept $1,000 in savings for immediate emergencies and put the other $9,000 in a high-yield savings account earning 4.5%? After 1 year, that $9,000 becomes $9,405. You made $405 instead of losing $300. That's a $705 difference just by moving money to a better account. Same safety, same liquidity. But here's where it gets really interesting. Most people don't need $10,000 sitting in cash. The average unexpected expense is between $500 and $3,000. You're hoarding way more than you need. And you know what? You have a credit card with a $5,000 limit. That's your real emergency fund. If a real emergency costs $5,000, you put it on the card, then you have 30 days to pay it off from your smaller emergency fund. This means you can safely keep just $2,000 to $3,000 liquid and invest the rest. Let's say you have $10,000 saved. You keep $2,000 in checking, put $8,000 in index funds. Historically, index funds return about 10% per year. After 1 year, that $8,000 becomes $8,800. You made $800 instead of $1. That's not a small difference. That's life-changing over time. But let's take this to its logical conclusion. What happens over 30 years? Scenario A, you keep $10,000 in a savings account earning 0.5%, being generous. After 35 years, you have $18,114. But with 3% inflation, that $18,000 has the buying power of just $6,400. You destroyed wealth. Scenario B, you invest that same $10,000 in index funds at 10% average return. After 30 years, you have $174,494. Even after accounting for 3% inflation, you have $72,000 in real purchasing power. That's the difference. $4,800 versus $72,000. Your safe choice cost you $67,200 in wealth. But Bobby, you're thinking, what about the risk? The stock market crashes. I could lose everything. Let me show you something. The stock market has crashed 11 times in the last 100 years, and every single time it recovered and went higher. Every single time. If you invested in 1929, right before the Great Depression, the worst crash in history, you'd be back to even by 1954. And if you kept investing during the crash, buying stocks while they were cheap, you'd be massively rich by 1954. The only people who lost money in the stock market are those who panicked and sold during the crash. But here's the thing, you don't need to invest all your emergency fund. That would be stupid. Here's the smart strategy. Tier 1, $1,000 to $2,000 in checking. Instant access, true emergencies. Tier 2, $3,000 to $5,000 in a high-yield savings account, 4 to 5% interest, access in 1 to 2 days. Tier 3, everything beyond that, invest it. Index funds, brokerage account, let it grow. This gives you $4,000 to $7,000 in liquid reserves, more than enough for any realistic emergency, and the rest is working for you, compounding, growing, building real wealth. Let me show you what this looks like with real numbers. You're 30 years old with $15,000 saved. Traditional advice, keep it all in savings just in case. At 0.5%, after 35 years, you have $18,000. But with 3% inflation, that $18,000 has the buying power of just $6,400. You destroyed wealth. Smart strategy, $2K in checking, $5K in HYSA, $8K invested. Same $15,000, but used intelligently. After 35 years, checking still has $2K, HYSA has $25,000, investments have $221,000. Total, $248,000. After inflation, that's $88,000 in real purchasing power. You turned $15,000 into $88,000 in real wealth. The traditional approach turned it into $6,400.
That's an $81,600 difference. That's not a rounding error. That's a retirement. But here's what people say. I can't handle the stress. I need to see my money safe in savings. You know what's actually stressful? Being 65 with $6,400 and no retirement. You want stress? Try explaining to your kids why you can't retire and need to move in with them. That's the real risk, not market volatility. It's playing it too safe and ending up broke. Let me address one more objection. But what if I need the money during a market crash? That's why you have Tier 1 and Tier 2. $4,000 to $7,000 in liquid cash handles 99% of emergencies. And if something catastrophic happens beyond that, you still have Tier 3 in investments. You can sell investments, yes, maybe at a loss if it's during a crash, but you still have access. And here's the truth. If your emergency is so bad you need to drain all your savings, you have bigger problems anyway. The scenario where you need $15,000 in cash immediately during a market crash is so rare it's not worth optimizing for. You're sacrificing $81,600 in wealth to protect against a scenario that might never happen. Here's my challenge. Calculate how much you have in savings right now making less than 3%. Every dollar above $3,000 is costing you money, every single day. Move it today. Open a high-yield savings account. Move excess cash there. Then set up automatic investing for anything beyond 6 months' expenses. Your emergency fund should protect you from disasters, not create one by destroying your wealth. Stop letting safety kill your future.